All right, we in the house today talking about watering your garden before it motherfucking dies. Here we are in the house. Yeah, we talking about gardens. We got a garden up. We may be able to see a part of it. But anyways, and we ain't talking about the garden out back, the proverbial garden, the garden of life. I think a lot of times, especially a lot of us that got a lot on our plates, a lot of things in the garden. Perhaps we're halfway around the house. Maybe it consumes the whole property, depending on who you are, how big maybe your family is, or how big your immediate circle is, or I don't know how many businesses you may have, because it's a lot of things. A lot of things consist of the garden. I mean, shit, if you think about it, just, your shoes that you wear every day, that's part of your garden. Take care of your feet, it's part of you, which is a big part of the garden. It's one of those things that I think a lot of us get caught up in, like the daily hustle, all the crap going on in life with, trying to survive with just, producing money, worrying about all the wrong things, how you look to other people versus, handling business. And the handling business is misconstrued in a lot of ways too, because, it's like watering your garden, taking care of all the sections of your garden. Kids, that's a major row in the garden. Family, close family, distant family, they'll probably be in back section of the garden. You still want to water it. Might not get as attention as stuff up front, I mean, it doesn't really need that much attention, maybe. I don't know. I like to think that neglecting my own garden, I think that's what it really boiled down to. Getting sidetracked with, like, what am I supposed to do with the rest of my life? I don't know if I'm like in a midlife crisis or something, or do I plan for the future? I could be dead tomorrow. Planning for the future, something I want to do. Working every day, all day, hoping that one day you'll be able to just like chill when you're old, but then like by the time you get there, you're dead. What aspects of the garden, what parts of the garden do I water? What parts of the garden do I really try to maintain? And I guess you really got to like look at it from your own perspective and really decide what's important to you, I guess, in your life. What's important to me in my life? Like what makes me happy? I guess those are the things that I should be watering. Garden, the people that are close to me should be watering those parts of the garden. But then again, you got other parts of the garden that are around you that I think all come together as one fish tank. That's a part of your garden. Your wardrobe. I'm not saying you gotta like walk around with a suit or nothing, but at the same time, are your t-shirts in good shape? Are your jeans in good shape? Are your shoes in good shape? You first bought that car 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It was brand new. You put $2,000 down. Now you're paying $549 a month plus insurance. You were washing it every week. Every weekend you're in there detailing it. It's getting the full gig. It's getting the wax. It's getting the inside out. Now you're 3 years later and shit, and you got McDonald's wrappers and shit in there from like 2 weeks ago. Like a damn pigsty in that motherfucker. You got spilled soda and shit all the way down the door. What happened there? Care of that section of the garden, and then that reflects into everything, because shit, how you treat that car, shit is gonna eventually break down, and then you're gonna have to be in the mindset and the mind frame, and damn, now I gotta get another car, I gotta spend some more money, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's like, are you gonna do the same thing when you get the next car? Fail to water that section of the garden, and then that car just deteriorates until you gotta go buy a new one? Instead of just watering that part, and it stays good. We do that with a lot of stuff, I think. We especially with material stuff. We get these things, and when we first get it, it's all shiny and new, and we're all maintaining it. And I guess we do that with people too. When you first meet somebody, you're all maintaining them all up to the utmost. One day, it's like, damn, when I haven't done anything. I haven't bought her no flower. Man, I'm really failing to water that section of the garden. This garden shit runs deep, and then it goes even deeper than that, because now you got to think, I am a part of the garden. I'm a row of this garden. How am I taking care of myself? As the gardener, as the waterer for my garden, how's self? Because if I ain't got no water to give, how am I going to water the garden? We got to start watering ourselves. Shit. Water yourself. Take care of yourself. And then once self is watered, you're looking green, move around a little bit better, and you're going to start spreading that water around. I think that's my problem, is that over time, I've kind of stopped watering self, getting caught back into the material world and, start focusing on shit that doesn't matter and watering shit that doesn't matter. And next thing you know, you turn around, you go back home and you look in the backyard and the garden's dead or damn near dead. And is that the wake up call when the garden's dead? It's a lot harder to revive when it's dead. We're talking a real garden and a proverbial garden. So what's your garden look like? The garden of self, the garden in and all around you. Because my garden's, it looks green, I think. But I think it's like you get into the undergrowth, it doesn't look so great, and that's because all that starts with self, starts with me, starts with my garden, starts with my maintenance, me staying on point, getting those good nutrients in, getting the good water in, meditating, getting the good breathing practices in, exercise, not only for the body, but for the mind. Stay continually focused on something that can make us a little bit better. Maybe some kind of angle, nutrient we can add to the garden to make it greener, just a little bit greener. So I think that's where we got to start with the garden of life before it dies. We got to start watering ourselves so that we can water others, so we can take care of the garden as the gardener. I don't know, maybe you're just a row in somebody else's life, but then again, you're the gardener to somebody else. Guarantee there's somebody out there that looks to you even though you may not think they do. And then it's a trip too, because you got rows of the garden and you figure once you've had it for so long that you'd stop watering that section so much. But I'm going to tell you it's getting very obvious that even though they get grown, these kids, you got to continue to water their sections. That's for sure. They're in the garden. I mean, how do you not water the sections of your garden? We all are one with different perspectives, definitely within our communities and our families and our direct surroundings. You got to keep those areas. If you journey out a little bit, maybe you got to water out there too a little bit if you want to get some positive feedback out there. I think watering our gardens, I think a lot of us are overlooking our gardens. Most of the people in the world are overlooking their self-garden. I recommend this book if you haven't read it, The Egoless Self, Achieving Peace and Tranquility Beyond All Understanding. Cardwell C. Knuckles, PhD. It's a very good book if you're ready for it. It's one of those ones I think it's got to be ready. You got to be ready for it. But I love my garden. We all got to look up and realize too is like you got to look at your garden. Do you love your garden? Because you're in it. So look around in your surroundings. Look at the people that are around you. Look at your job, your car, your whatever you got in your life, your clothes, your animals, your fish tank. I don't know, everything. Do you like it? Do you love it? And if you love it, water it. That's all I can say is we got to start watering, and it starts with self. So let's get to it, people. I'm going to start watering my garden for sure. In there with all my meters, I'm going to be checking soil. I'm going to be checking the water, making sure that all the different sections of the garden are getting proper water at proper times of the day. They're getting proper light. We got to bring this shit up to full fucking 100% garden producing, just like this shit over here. There ain't no dead spots in this garden. Maybe there's like one right there, but maybe that one's on its way out. Maybe that one already produced and it's going. But this is thriving. That's what I want. I want a thriving garden, sprouting from within. Anyways, there was this, I guess we'll leave. This is a good book. It has a lot of good spiritual information and stuff in it. When you are able to make two become one, the inside like the outside, and the outside like the inside, and the above like the below. And when you make the male and the female one and the same, so that male not be male, nor female female. And when you fashion eyes in a place of an eye, and a hand in a place of a hand, and a foot in a place of a foot, and a likeliness in place of a likeliness, then you will enter the kingdom. So I think it's basically saying when you treat everything the same, basically. It's like when you water it all. When you're watering the whole garden will be green. God damn it. And then once you get into that state, that's when we're going to the kingdom. The kingdom. I don't know. Do you believe in the kingdom? And where is this kingdom? You let me know. I don't know. I'm in the search for it. I think the kingdom is within. So let me know what you think. Anyways, thanks for coming to check out the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Seth Fades. We're here talking about the garden of life. And then we're going to start watering this shit. Start watering your garden. I'm going to start watering mine. And hopefully maybe our waters meet. Peace.